Hello, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're keeping safe. I know times are tough, times are hard right now, and many of us have had to change our lifestyles completely. And my heart goes out to all of you guys who have to still go out to try to make it work, whether by going out to work or whether by going out to sell something to make your family work. I mean, my heart really goes out to you. So following on the video that I posted here, short clip that I posted here about a couple of weeks ago on the book called The 5 a.m. Club, I have received a lot of comments, reactions, and even appreciation. A lot of people from all around the world telling me that it was a pretty cool clip and they would like to get more of that. So what I am going to do is I am going to get committed in that every Monday morning I'm going to be sharing a critical book that has been instrumental in my own development and growth. And of course, at times, or many a times, the book might be about some of the topics that I'm really passionate about, such as business, because for me, business is a calling. It's a calling to serve the people that, God has intended for me to serve. Or it might be about leadership. It might be about communication or sales or marketing or relationships and things, or investing money. Anything that I would find to be of use to the majority of you, that's what I'll be talking about every Monday morning, right? And of course, couple this with my Instagram, okay, my Saturday night Instagram live. I call it my Saturday night Instagram live special, upon which I'm still going to be doing the same thing pretty much. I mean, bringing you the information from the this time around. Okay, now because it's going to be Instagram live sessions, that means it's going to be from different speakers from around the world. And again, they're going to be talking about some areas that I am truly passionate about, business, money, finance, relationships, and I mean generally how to create relationships, basically both intimate relationships as well as business relationships. So that's going to be one of the things that we will be covering every Saturday night Instagram live right here on this page. Okay, so to hit the ground running, to keep it going, there's a book that I found to be very fascinating. It's called Put Your Dream to the Test. Put Your Dream to the Test. This is an incredible book which contains the 10 questions to help you see your dream and seize it. I have to confess that this is probably one of the most powerful books written by John C. Maxwell. And when I bought this book, I even didn't realize it. After reading it, I was so inspired because it helped me to chart the pathway to my future. I mean, I had to take a lot of wisdom nuggets from the book, a lot of inspirational ideas from the book. It's really one of the best that I recommend that you read it during this time of isolation, during this pandemic time, the COVID-19 time. Because I know right now you have a lot of time in your hands, beyond any shadow of a doubt. But now, if you could read this book alongside the companion, the alternative companion to the book. Okay, this is the alternative companion to the book, or rather it's a workbook. In other words, whatever you read in the book, right? And then John has provided a lot of worksheets, a lot of pages in this book where you can fill it up on each of those questions. And I find those are beautiful questions. For example, the clarity question. It helps you clarify your vision and remove any obstacles that might be standing in the way. There's the question of people. All right, who are you going to enlist so that your dream can become true, right? And then there's I think the question that intrigued me the most was the question about the pathway, or in other words, the strategy. And John argues that a lot of people really do have, most of the times, a lot of people have an idea of where they want to go, but what they lack is the strategy on how to get there. They lack the how-tos, the skills to get there, the planning part, of course, and I'm not talking about execution here, which is another one of those big things, but just to be able to chart the course, to create a pathway, a direction for your life. That is probably the most important part of the dream. And I remember some years ago I was invited to teach the leaders of one government actually, and they just asked me, they said, are you going to teach us on how to create a pathway to our leadership? I mean, help us recognize and find out the pathway. How can we chart the course? How can we create the pathway to our dream ambitions, our dream goals? So what John Maxwell does in this book, he charts the pathway the pathway to your future. And I believe if you could just read, and I don't know what that chapter is, and I guess it's probably around chapter 3 or 4. And I'm saying this, guys, because I realize that many of us here do not have the time to read the whole book. I mean, I'm inundated with like 1,000 books right now, and if you tell me to read the entire book, some of the times that's very, very difficult. But what I would try to do is most of the times I would focus on a single chapter, and that chapter would have helped me get the value of the entire book. That is what I believe to be true. Now, that's for me. You might have a different strategy. And I know there are a lot of people who talk about a book a day, and it works. I mean, you pick a chapter out of a book and you read it every single day. So I find that to be pretty close to what I believe myself. And sometimes I would say with 1 or 2 chapters, and try to look at it like, a couple times a week, and that's how I get the most out of every book. So you might want to employ the same strategy and see how it's going to do for you. So it's chapter 5, the pathway question. Do I have a strategy to reach my dream? And there are a lot of beautiful quotations there, like he quotes Winston Churchill, who said, yeah, you could have a great strategy, but from time to time you have to look at the results, right? And he quotes this guy, Sam Walton, who said at one time, his children said, our father really doesn't have any strategy, but he tries a lot of things, and whatever works out, he calls it the strategy. And I think that's the kind of thing that we need to survive at times like this. I remember the other day a friend of mine was joking with me, and he said, James, do you still believe in business plans? At times like this, probably not. All right, because the world is constantly and rapidly changing, and if we're not able to quickly change with it, then we're going to be swept away with all the things that are happening around the world right now. So I must conclude by saying, try to get hold of this book, all right? Put your dream to the test and see how much you can glean out of this book, how much you can learn out of this book. And I bet that it's probably going to transform your life forever. And if you can get its companion, then that would be a truly remarkable combination, all right? Sure, so go ahead and do that. Comment on the comment section below here. We're going to post this video on YouTube as well, so head out there and learn by getting some more information. And I know when you get there, you're going to see some information in Kiswahili and some other in English, but it doesn't matter. Wherever you find palatable, whatever you find consumable for you, go ahead and consume it, right? And yeah, and don't forget, every Saturday night, we're going to have Saturday night Instagram Live special. And this week, I'm going to try to bring someone powerful on the areas of my passion, which are books, personal development, public speaking, and of course, business. These are probably 4 areas that I'm really passionate about. All right, so if you think that this video adds value and you think there's going to be somebody who must read this book or must join me on every Monday morning and of course every Saturday night, do not hesitate to share. Thank you very much for watching. This is Coach James Mwang'amba. I wish you and your family safe right now. I wish you safe. Stay home if you can. It's the single most important strategy right now. Yes, I know you can go out and do a lot of sanitization. I know you can do social distancing. You can use masks, but staying at home is probably the single most important thing you could ever do right now. This is my 40th day. I haven't stepped out of the doors of my home. All right, so until some other time when you and I meet again on this platform, I wish you peace, joy, and success, and of course health, and obviously sound health. So cheers guys, have a great time. Bye.